Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Erica Schultz, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hello, kids. Welcome back to another week of the Marvel Tales. That's about ready to say, what show is this again? Get off my lawn. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is that disco biscuit himself. It is
Justin Yell stepping back into disco land.
That's right, kids. It's our second Dazzler episode. Where we cover the first 4 issues of the ongoing Dazzler series. And spoilers, I mean, we haven't even talked about this yet, but I have a pretty strong suspicion that we're going to like these better than last week's.
Yeah. Although that's not difficult.
No.
Yeah. For any listeners who didn't tune into that other episode, we didn't really have a good time with Dazzler, the motion picture.
What? There's no attempted rape in this? What?
Right.
Oh. Heck, we pre-recorded that, so it's been longer than even a week for us kids, and now I'm still like twitching. Now I know how I joked, but I really know how Russell felt. I think with that Hulk 2099,
It's a traumatic experience.
I mean, I think between articles I saw online and then that, I think that's what set me off when I messaged you the other day. But like, man, the worst comic stories ever.
Yeah, it's terrible. I had thought that it was something else. I thought it was like a Marvel fanfare story that it obviously wasn't. But I'm glad that we read it because we can see how far females have come in comic books in 40 years.
Oh, yeah. I think everything I mentioned the other day and you mentioned, and then that Dazzler story, that's all from the 80s, right? I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, that's not that far long ago if you think about it. So, yeah, that story would never be written today, and that makes me happy. That means we've progressed. we've come far as a civilization. Not too far. We still have a long way to go, but we've made some baby steps.
Exactly. All right, shall we get to these issues?
Yes.
All right. That covered in number 1. Is that a painted cover? It almost looks like a painted cover.
It kind of looks like it is. Yeah. Yeah. And some of these covers for the Dazzler issues, like the later ones with Bill Sienkiewicz, which are a couple of the ones that I have. I just love those covers. They're great.
All right, so get ready for guest stars galore, kids.
This one's packed.
I know. Dazzler number 1 from March 1981. So bright, this star. Writer Tom DeFalco. 3 pencilers, all named John. Romita Jr., Buscema, and Romita. Wait a minute. It says John Romita Jr., then... okay, so I'm assuming it's senior, but, you know. So, father, son, and then John Buscema.
Nice.
John. Inker, Alfredo Alcala, Bob McLeod, and John Romita. Oh, a senior pencil that was involved in penciling and inking. Yeah.
Love it.
Get your money.
Love it.
Colorist Glennis Ween, letterer Joe Rosen, and editor Louise Jones. So yeah, and remember, kids, these take place before what we did last week. So
yeah. Yeah, that was what 1984, I think, right?
I think
was
yes.
The one that,
so it's like 3 years in the future from this. Yeah.
Right.
All right, this story begins with Dazzler on her way home from the disco, running from some men who have been following her in a limousine ever since she left the disco. Man, I thought we left this behind last week. Okay. Unfortunately, in her hurry to get away, she realizes that she has run into a dead-end alleyway. She manages to get her roller skates on and plays a Pink Floyd song from her miniature radio. So,
I wonder which one it was.
Well, it says dead-end alley. Wouldn't it be The Wall?
Oh, well, there you go.
Another brick in the wall.
That'd make a good song for her to fight to, yeah.
The music allows her to create a dazzling light display, which makes the men think she's a supernatural freak. Spider-Man, first guest star, Spider-Man, who is swinging by, spots the light show, which stops when one of the thugs fires a gun. The bullet from the gun ricochets off the walls in the small area and ends up destroying Dazzler's radio. Soon, Spider-Man, who is the first of many guest stars this issue, swings down to help Dazzler fight the thugs off. So, I'm trying to remember, did we ever get an explanation why they were chasing her? Where they were just chasing her for no reason?
Well, she says that it was her manager that hired them to kind of rough her up so that she would take a better contract or something.
That's right. Oh, whew. No rape, just business intimidation. Okay.
Yeah. Just assault, Yeah. She says he offered me a contract with a 0% royalty arrangement. The goon squad is his negotiating team.
Yeah. It's like the old saying Charlie used to say, like he used to cover old episodes of The Incredible Hulk with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, and he was like, every episode the villain was always their first go-to was, have we tried killing them yet?
Start with that.
Yes. Here's my first offer, and we're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
After the heroes have defeated them, Spider-Man asks if they were pushy fans, but Dazzler explains to him that the thugs were hired by, Dazzler's latest manager. This so-called manager of a posh disco actually had underworld contacts and wanted her to sign a 0% royalty agreement. The thugs that had been chasing her were there to enforce that contract, thereby leaving Allison's singing career in the pits. Back at her apartment, Dazzler begins to doubt her life. She's broke, her career is not taking off, and her prospects look bleak. She briefly considers joining the X-Men and calls their mansion. When Storm mentions that being an X-Man would hinder her singing career, Dazzler gives up that notion. Dazzler on the X-Men, can you imagine?
What a concept!
But I was just thinking,
she just needs a different costume, and then they'll let her in.
Oh yeah. So I was thinking, it's so funny, especially like in this era. I'm like, how many like Marvel characters are just like, oh yeah, I can't pay the rent this month? It's like Dazzler, Spider-Man,
Daredevil.
I don't know. I mean, I think until
lawyers don't get paid much in Hell's Kitchen.
I mean, until Fall from Grace, I think he was doing okay, but then it all went downhill after. Well, until Fall from Grace, it all went downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? Your mother's a whore. No,
tapping my way downtown.
Oh, jeez.
Tapping my way downtown.
No, I was going to say, no, my mother's a nun. Your mother's a whore. She left you and your father. Your mother's a whore. Oh yeah, and we'll get at least one story. Well, we're doing 3 issues next episode. At least one of them, the one of the characters is like, about to be thrown out of my apartment.
Right before Christmas.
During Christmas, yes, kids. It'll be our Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Dazzler proceeds to reminisce about her past. From the first picture it. From the first manifestation of her powers to her decision to pursue a singing career instead of law school, a decision which earns her father's severe disapproval. I mean, I know this has happened in real life, but I'm like, it's just so weird. It's like the father, it's like, oh, you don't know what you're not going to do. You're not going to follow the exact path I set for you. Well, F you, you're out of my life.
Yeah, you're dead to me. Yeah. Jeez. You're going to go into the music business. You're dead to me.
What are you, one of those hippies?
Yeah, I know. It's like she's singing in a disco. It's not like she's, fronting a punk band with a safety pin through her nose.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I've heard about them discos.
Everyone loves cocaine.
Maybe that's what he was mad about. Yeah. My daughter's going to be a cokehead. Not my little girl.
Oh no, this is 1981. I was about to say, I've seen Boogie Nights. Come on.
Yeah, right. I saw that movie with John Travolta, and you're not doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. I saw that Welcome Back Cotter. That's nothing but smut.
Yeah. Not my little girl.
Oh my god, Lilith and I were talking about John Travolta the one time. Okay, not to go too far off topic, but I guess the ADD's kicking in. But it seems like he's always doing like a bunch of commercials now. I don't know if he's like making a comeback, but I'm like, because I said wasn't it like 10 or so years ago where he was like, weren't they like trying to get him for like trying to like molest a bunch of like male masseuses or something? And all of a sudden he disappears for a few years. Yeah, and then it's I think that's like a Hollywood trick. It's like, yeah, just keep a low profile for a few years, and then yeah. I thought it was well, yeah.
It worked for Mel Gibson, absolutely. Yeah,
that's why I'm surprised Alec Baldwin's coming to the local convention here soon. I'm like, I thought he'd definitely be keeping a low profile for
a couple of years,
at least a year or two here. Yeah, no.
Yeah, yikes.
All right, so we've gone from an alley with Spider-Man to, meanwhile, in Asgard, the Enchantress learns of a dimensional rift into which she could tap to gain power enough to lay claim to the universe. She divines that the rift will occur at, of all places, a disco on Earth. I don't want my little girl in that disco around them drugs and dimensional portals.
And rainbow bridges.
What do you mean a troll? A rock troll? What is that? A drug? How dare you?
Howdy, y'all.
I don't want to see my little girl doing them drugs like
nom 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 nom.
And the next thing you know, I know how you keep that. I know how you get the money from that manager.
You can slather up my Cobra.
Next thing you know, you'll be homeless in an alleyway because
I spend too much money on tobacco and Mountain Dew.
No, that was during Dazzler, the motion picture. That's when she was.
Oh yeah. That would have been something if she was like ended up losing it all and been homeless for like an issue or so.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Again, it was just like, no, attempted rape, rise to stardom, and oh hey, when did I start smoking? And then it's like, it's so weird. I think I didn't read like the issue before or after, but it takes place between two of the ongoing series issues, so it's kind of like this whole big thing happens between two issues, and then I think she like comes back to her apartment at the next issue. It's like, okay,
it's so strange.
I know. I think they mention it, but it's like it's so weird.
Yeah, when we eventually get to those issues in this series, I wonder if they're even going to mention what happened in that stuff with.
I kind of flipped through it real quick. I think she mentions that it happened, but I don't know how long they'd linger on it.
Yeah, I would have swept that under the rug real quick.
Well, I do remember there was an issue of Amazing Spider-Man from around that time. Oh, I think it's the first Firelord issue where like Aunt May and the Borders have like the news on at the house or whatever, and that one speech from that one newscaster in the Dazzler graphic novel, I think part of that they play part of that, and it's like, oh, if you want to see the rest of this and what they're talking about, check out the Dazzler graphic novel or whatever.
Okay.
So wait, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, dimensional portals. All right. Later, that self-same disco puts out a wanted ad for a new singer. It seems their regular singers come down with some sort of sickness. Over at Avengers Mansion, here we go, the Beast notices the ad and uses it as an opportunity to introduce himself to Dazzler. He shows her the ad and decides to go for it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I see a setup coming. I think this Beast is getting her into quite the hairy situation.
You could say that.
I love it. He's like, hey, I might get you a job. Hey, want to go out? Hey, baby, want to go out?
He just taps on her window. How did you know where I live?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he did it. He did it, Justin. He did it.
Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown.
Dazzler shows up for the audition, but so does the Enchantress. Jeez.
Oops.
It turns out the Enchantress struck the disco's regular singer ill with a spell. She planned to infiltrate the club's staff in order to be on hand when the dimensional rift opened. Though the club's owner was smitten by the Enchantress, he ended up giving the job to Dazzler. the Enchantress didn't like that at all and stormed off, vowing vengeance. So even through a mystic spell that was supposed to make the manager fall head over heels madly in love or lust with Enchantress, Dazzler's music punched through.
Yeah, the power of her singing voice was enough to dispel the enchantment, apparently.
I wish it would have been a combination of that and it's like maybe like just like her flashing lights like kind of broke the spell or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting, was that her lights were going to be like an anti-hypnosis thing.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm looking at the notes. Oh, the page 1 splash page has the Dazzler figure drawn by Buscema and McLeod, with Romita redrawing Dazzler's face.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. Dazzler first met Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man 203. Go check out Ultimate Spider-Cast this month, kids. Lilith and I covered it.
Yes. Love that one, too, by the way. That's a great issue.
Thank you. Dazzler received an offer to join the X-Men in X-Men 130 after helping the X-Men defeat the Hellfire Club. Well, speaking of the Hellfire Club, she declined. This was Marvel's first direct market-only comic.
Oh, it was? Interesting.
That's what it says, yes. It was not available via the newsstand market.
I thought that Moon Knight was, or Micronauts, or one of those, but
wow. I mean, they might be close, because this might have been when they started, so.
That's cool.
It was and had a huge circulation, way above the average for popular titles of the day. So yes, kids, it's first direct market comic. That's why it's got the fancy cover. So the fancy painted cover. Yeah, it looks like probably look like a graphic novel. Yeah.
Yeah. They wanted something to grab the eye and catch the attention quickly.
Yeah, nothing like a disco broad with cleavage hanging out, huh, kids?
That's right. Yeah. And even though this was 1980, like, disco was still a thing. Like, it hadn't.
Oh yeah, I mean,
faded out of the consciousness yet.
We're only 2 years out of the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, there was still plenty of disco records being played. As much as people like to think that disco was only in the 70s, they're wrong. No, that continued for a while. So it totally makes sense that this type of scene would still be going on in 1980. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, I wonder if they're talking about the character or this story, because did you see on the bottom left corner of the first page it says conceived by Alice Donenfeld, John Romita Jr., and Jim Shooter with some help from Stan Lee, Al Milgrom, Roger Stern, and Tom DeFalco.
I noticed that. I wondered what that was about, and I was wondering if the notes had anything about that.
Stanley's notes were like, "Good luck, kids. Her name isn't even alliterative or nothing."
He was like, "You should call her the Disco Dazzler."
Should have been Allison Abler or something.
Allison Adler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this issue, though. It was nice. It was cool to see all the different guest stars, the different disparate parts of the Marvel Universe. We get a little bit of Asgard stuff. We get the Fantastic Four in there. We get Spider-Man. We get X-Men. We get Avengers. Like, you get a little glimpse of all of the major facets of the Marvel Universe at that time.
Yeah,
most of them anyway.
Yeah, we see Asgard.
Which is so. I mean, I knew the Enchantress was in this issue, but I wasn't expecting there to be such a heavy, like this dude that was going into the Enchantress's temple. Like, I wasn't expecting to see that whole piece in there.
Oh yeah,
where he was turned into a tree and all this stuff. I love that. I thought it was so cool, and the art is just great. I can't say enough good things about the art.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's so funny when Enchantress comes into the disco on the cover. I mean, she's wearing something that looks more like Earth clothes, but she still has like a big flowing green cape, and
and then
she's smoking
tiara,
and she's smoking that cigarette in the little holder and stuff.
Yeah, Virginia Slim 120s all the way for the Enchantress. Nothing else will do.
But you know they're evil when they got the little holder on the end, like
That's
her,
right.
the Red Skull. There was somebody, with Dr. Faustus, it's just like,
yes.
Yeah. All right. And then it's like, oh, hey, something up with that broad? Because Enchantress goes through the wall to, like, when she gets turned down for this job.
Yeah, she blows a hole through the wall. I was surprised by Allison's flashback when she's, like, doing the thing at the what is it, the senior prom or something?
Yeah, some school dance, yeah.
Some school dance or something. And then all of a sudden this gang comes in and just starts beating the hell out of everybody. They start punching this old dude in the face. The Blazing Lords go where they choose.
I know, that was weird. It's like, I'm like, what inner city school is this where a gang just like comes, starts roaming in and just like, oh yeah, we're just here for the hell of it to start trouble.
Yeah, they flip the table and start knocking down everything. I'm like, what is going on here? That was pretty wild. Yeah.
These kids these days, there's all these punks ready to roaming around.
Roaming around, ravaging innocent school dances, terrorizing school kids.
Because I don't even think they even went to that school. It was just, oh, hey, here's some random school having a dance. Let's mess it up.
Let's go in with bats and just start.
Are we going to get any money? No. Well, let's just cause trouble.
The hell with it. Yeah, the Blazing Lords. Okay, yeah, I think they need to do a little bit more blazing. Chill out a little bit.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, they hadn't had enough. They were. Yeah.
What?
I also left it. Allison's woes when she's getting home, and all she's got in her refrigerator is half a cantaloupe and a box of Ritz crackers. I'm like, yikes! That's living desperately, I guess.
I'm telling you, it's like the Spider-Man formula. I remember a story from the 80s. I think he was looking for something to eat. All he had was like crackers and peanut butter or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild. Yeah. They never have anything in the fridge.
No. All right. Shall we get to the next one?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Because this first issue was a lot of setup for what happens here. Yeah.
Oh, the second one, instead of a couple headshots, I mean, they tell you who's in this issue.
Yeah.
It says,
guest starring roll call.
Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the Avengers.
They give you the whole roll call right off the bat.
Meanwhile, it's only half the Fantastic Four, kids.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Hello, Noel. Dazzler.
I think Noel's a fan of the Dazzler.
I mean, music-based, I would think so.
Yeah.
Is that you, Noel, or is that Arlo? Dazzler. Oh, he says he is a fan.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, why do you think oh, not the music. Well, yeah, disco.
Well, yeah.
Well, come on, Noel. She's just trying to stay alive. Whoa! He's like, F disco. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my God. It's not all bad, Noel.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
I mean, come on. I mean, what disco's giving us, I don't know.
Everyone loves cocaine.
I don't know.
And there'd be no house music without disco, and I love house
music. There you go. Yeah.
So there.
All right. Dazzler number 2 from April 1981, Where Demons Fear to Dwell. See? Even demons fear disco. No.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Punk killed disco, except Blondie.
Well, true. Yeah. We even get a Blondie reference in this issue.
Is it this one? Yeah. I read all these together. All right. Writer Tom DeFalco. Only 2 pencilers this time. John Romita Jr. and Walter Simonson.
Yes.
Yeah. Inker Alfredo Alcala. Colors Ken Klaczak. Letterer Jim Novak. And editor Louise Jones. So we've switched up some people from the first issue.
Yeah. And we change again in the next couple after this.
Oh, did you read it? No, he's like, yeah, there's totally a Blondie reference in this issue.
Oh, nice.
So
he might. I wonder if I think he's got a couple of these issues.
He's fan enough to. Justin says a lot. Okay, come on. This man's a fountain of knowledge. Come on. Justin says a lot.
My favorite biscuit.
Giant-sized man thing. I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. All statements of truth.
Well, that escalated quickly.
No. I have a lot of Dazzler first streak. I was going to say, I only have a few I got out of like a dollar bin. I think there are some of the ones from like Spoilers Kids and a few issues. Galactus tries to make her his herald, so
yes, I
had to read it just for the sheer. I'm like, wait a minute, Dazzler is a herald of Galactus. I got her.
It's so wild. I love it.
All right, so Guest stars abound. No crap. As Dazzler takes the stage for her first major gig. In the audience are Spider-Man and members of the X-Men, Avengers, and Fantastic Four. Unfortunately, the Enchantress is also watching the show. As Dazzler starts to sing, the Enchantress zaps Dazzler with an aging spell. Dazzler begins to grow old and shrivel up, much like Disco, I know, but manages to pull her energy into one last light blast. The blast, amplified by a handy disco ball, knocks the Enchantress for a loop and disrupts the aging spell. She used a disco ball as a weapon.
I love it.
And we're gotta watch out for those balls, kids.
A couple of balls down the gob.
Big shiny ones, no less.
Whoa! The zillions of heroes. The summary says literally the zillions with a Z of heroes in attendance, realizing help is needed, rush to the men's room to change into costume. One of Comicdom's greatest scenes, Spider-Man can't find a stall to change in since they're all being used by other superheroes.
It is great.
I
love that scene.
Don't you see it's like Ben Grimm is trying to change him.
It's like, what are you going to change into? You're just going to wear a pair of drunks.
I know. I'm like, he's probably already wearing them. All you got to do is like pull that suit off. Jeez.
So funny.
Oh, wait. Noel says, shrivel up, haha. And then he says, Peter Parker isn't shriveling up.
No.
No. Oh, no.
No, he loves this club.
Oh, no, Noel. That web shooter's ready to go. What do you think he's at this? What do you think? Why do you think he's a fan of the Dazzler? Noel.
That's right.
Straight men are a fan of Dazzler for a whole other reason. Now fully garbed, the heroes burst onto the scene. The Enchantress, desperate to harness the energies of the opening dimensional rift, summoned hordes of Asgardian monsters to keep the good guys at bay. There's like a million heroes here, meanwhile Thor is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, no Thor. And then we got a bunch of Asgardian monsters, no less. Yeah.
Thor shows up, all the heroes like, one of your enemies almost killed Disco, you know that? While the heroes are distracted, the Enchantress concentrates on the dimensional rift. A huge demon begins to emerge, ready to grant the Enchantress power beyond imagining. Dazzler, all but forgotten, sees what is happening. She absorbs all the sound in the area and transforms it into one huge light burst, which forces the demon back through the portal. The rift begins to collapse, and the Enchantress tries desperately to hold it open with her magic, but to no avail. Defeated once again, she dispels her Asgardian horde and vanishes, vowing vengeance. Looking around at the demolished nightclub and her missing audience, long since fled in terror, Dazzler laments her luck. Just then, one Joseph R. Ercole climbed out from under a table where he had been hiding. He's a music publisher and was really getting into Dazzler's performance before all the action began. Ercole gives Dazzler Harry Osgood's business card.
Distant relation.
Osgood's a talent agent and one of the best. Dazzler goes to meet Osgood, accompanied by a whole host of heroes. Though Osgood is reluctant to grant Dazzler an audience, the good guys intimidate him into listening. Once he hears Dazzler sing, Osgood immediately wants to sign her. Alright, that's true, no. Thor hates disco, he's a metalhead.
That's true. Yeah, Viking metal all the way for Thor.
Heavy metal, yes. Alright, so... Okay, one of the big things with this issue that I was like, okay, I get maybe some of these heroes. Like, again, like we said, Beast was trying to get laid, so of course he's trying to get Dazzler a job.
Yeah.
I could see Spider-Man also being the same way. I mean, I could see, like... Johnny Storm's the same way, definitely the same way.
Yeah.
I could see some of the X-Men, like Storm or even Kitty Pryde, wanting to help Dazzler, but I'm like, really, Wolverine's going to be knocking on a music guy's door saying, "Hey, give her a job." I'm like Wolverine's going to give a crap about Dazzler's career.
Exactly. That was the part I had trouble with. Was at the end when they show up at the Osgood's office and they're like, "You need to give Dazzler a chance." Yeah, that was a little bit too
It kind of took me out. I'm like, yeah, really?
After school special.
They're all like knocking on the window. It's like Iron Man. I'm like, Wolverine. I'm like, okay, yeah, these guys are knocking on the window. I'm like, give her.
Exactly. Yeah. Spider-Man's
I'm
there.
like,
The thing is there. Yeah.
I'm like, why would Tony Stark have to knock on the window? Why can't he set up some kind of concert for her? And then, people, all these producers can come and see her there.
Or he could have, he's got enough money, he could have made his own record label and put her on it.
That's true, yeah. If he believes in her that much, where he's knocking on the window with the rest of them.
Yeah. Stark Records.
Oh, man. Yeah, Johnny and Ben must have unstable molecule tuxes, because, when they're getting ready, he's flaming on with that tux on. So.
I know. Yeah, what was that about? I guess that must be totally unstable molecules all the way.
I love how Captain America just hides that shield under his suit jacket.
Yeah.
No one will notice this huge...
Yeah. And that's not going to be at all uncomfortable when he's trying to sit down.
This whole thing.
It was good, though. I liked the action. It was cool, the part with the Enchantress summoning all these Asgardian threats. Like, there were some, I think, Valkyries that fought with Angel at one point, and a couple of other things. I thought that was great. And, of course, we get some great artwork from Walt Simonson.
Oh, yeah.
And John Romita Jr. Some fantastic art here. Some really great full-page spreads. Like when she uses that full-page spread where she uses the disco ball against the Enchantress. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great image.
Okay, the point where Wolverine is in character, when he's, all the Asgardian monsters are showing up, he's like, oh, this is my kind of scene now. He's like, exactly. Schnicked, yeah.
This X-Man's busting loose, he says. Starts slashing through him. Yeah, this was a good issue. I really enjoyed this. Yeah. The part at the end with the meeting with Osgood was weird. Yeah, that was the only part I had a problem with, but everything else was great. Just all
of them hanging outside the window. Yeah. I'm like, I could see some of them trying to help her, but again, you see Wolverine there. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it was very, very after school special type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
See, what's next? Wolverine's gonna be like, I'll stab you. Give her a contract. I'll stab you.
Yeah, he's got Osgood right up against the wall with his claws in his face. You better sign her, bub.
Just bust through that window.
Yeah.
All right. And we get a pinup.
Yeah, I really liked that too.
All right.
It's fun when they used to do that in the back of comics. Just throw those in there randomly if they had an extra page.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Should we get to the third one?
Nope. We've got a big one. Next one.
Oh yeah. I threw these next two on here just for the villain.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
All right. So, kids, Dazzler number 3. We're with the hold on. Bringing up the app too. Yes, kids, with the world's most famous college dropout, Victor Von Doom.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, and again, I'm gonna. This one's for you, Noel, and an ally to Henry Kissinger, Dr. Doom.
No, he would have killed Kissinger. I think he would have found Kissinger very lacking.
Oh, he would use him for some. If he could use him, he would,
Yeah, he'd have him wired up to some machine or something. Yeah.
Try to train the pure evil out of him, huh, Noel?
Yeah. It must be distilled and used for future use.
It's not just for boys.
All right. Okay. Dazzler number 3 from May 1981. All right, let's see if I can get through this in a straight face. The Jewels of Doom.
Couple of balls down the gob.
Writer Tom DeFalco, penciler John Romita Jr. and Alan Kupperberg, inker Danny Belandi and Armando Gill. Wait, hold on, this stupid screen. And Armando Gill, colors Bob Sharon, letterer Joe Rosen, and editors Louise Jones and Danny Fingeroth. And yes, I know, Lilith. I said the magic word, Danny Fingeroth.
Don't get fingered!
All right, kids. The Jewels of Doom. Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four tests Dazzler's powers and determines that she's more powerful than she had thought. While at the FF's headquarters, we learn that the Jewels of Doom will be on display at the United Nations headquarters. Dazzler and Johnny Storm flirt and find some attraction with each other. Yeah, she's Johnny's type. She's breathing. Oh, no. Oh, he has a certain type, man. The girls who go on to become Heralds of Galactus.
That's true. Yes.
They're going to be either going to be future Heralds of Galactus or from outer space.
He does have a very specific type.
Exactly. What's your resume? Oh, I dated two former Heralds of Galactus. Thank you very much. Really?
Oh, really? How was the breakup? Not bad.
Really? Why'd you break up with Firelord? All right.
Too hot to handle.
Oh, nice. Harry, Dazzler's manager, manages to get her a gig singing at a UNICEF charity concert at the UN. We also meet Lancelot Steele, Dazzler's road manager. I thought that was the guy you dated in college. Lancelot Steele. I think it's either on Lilith or Justin's hard drive. Jesus.
Absolutely. There's a whole series.
I mean, that literally sounds like a porn name, Lancelot Steele. Before the concert, Dazzler visits her father and grandmother. When Dazzler tells her father that she intends to continue singing, Judge Blair storms off. Yeah, so what did they say? Was it like 2 years since she talked to him or something? Or
I think so. Yeah.
It had been something like that, yeah.
Yeah, some time's gone by.
So it's almost like Footloose, but instead of dancing, yes, we're not going to sing in this town. Dr. Doom learns that his jewels will be on display. That occurs, Richard.
Couple of balls down the gob.
What the
He
heck?
lost a lot more in that explosion than we realized.
Oh.
They big units.
Whoa, that's pretty damn big.
The big bazooka.
Look how big it is.
Yes, he lost something in that accident.
The spider babies.
No wonder he's so mad.
Exactly. Including his jewels will be on display, including a mystical one called the Merlin Stone.
Ooh.
He intends to take it. He's not the only one who wants to snatch the jewels. However, as Dr. Phrasen also wants to get his hands on the priceless gems. He hires some muscle to steal them during the UNICEF concert. As Dazzler's getting ready for her show, she hears Lance have a scuffle with the thieves. She stops the crooks, but only just in time for Dr. Doom to appear and zap everybody. Dazzler and Doom go at it for a while, and Dazzler actually puts up a good fight. She's no match for Dr. Doom, however, and eventually gets blasted senseless. Doom gathers her up, intending to use her to hunt for the second Merlin Stone. She got blasted.
Cliffhanger ending.
She got blasted senseless. Was this Doom versus Dazzler, or was this Lilith Hellfire in Vegas? Alcohol, weed, or sexual activity? I'll let you decide.
Maybe all of the above.
D, all of the above. I can give you your diploma in Lilith Hellfire 101. All right, so thoughts, Justin?
I really enjoyed this. Yeah, at first I was like, how are they going to tie Dr. Doom in with Dazzler? Like, that's kind of strange. But then the thing with the jewels, because I had forgotten about this, that Doom had kind of been deposed at this time.
Yeah, in FF200, yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the times that Doom lost Latveria, for a little while anyways. And it was this, what was it, Zorba, right?
Yeah, Prince Zorba, yeah.
Zorba that was running things. So, yeah, I guess Doom was just shacked up in this other castle somewhere in Latveria or somewhere else and doing his machinations. But I liked that we had kind of a sorceress focus for this story
Mm-hmm.
with the Merlin Stone rather than... Because, to be honest, I was expecting, well, he's going to try to kidnap Dazzler and, like, use her light powers for some nefarious purpose. Like, he's going to try to, like, use her as, like, a living laser weapon or something like that. Like, that was my assumption the first time I read this.
What, steal her powers? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Doom does not do that.
I know, it's totally against his MO, right? But I like that they went the opposite route instead of like a totally scientific method to his madness in this story.
Oh, yeah.
It's a magical method, so I like that. Yeah, it's different.
I love it's so weird. I mean, that splash page is cool. The art, I mean, with Doom like standing there, it looks like his mouth, through that mask, is like open and stuff. I mean, looking pretty menacing there. I mean, like energy crackling off those gauntlets because I mean, he did zap her, but then like 2 pages later, he's like, "Oh, do not fear," and he's like helping her up and stuff. I'm like, what the hell?
What do you mean, don't fear? I mean, everybody's supposed to fear you, right? That's your thing.
Oh yeah, and then talking about those stones, I mean that's another flashback to Fantastic Four number 5.
Yes,
back in the
going
day.
way back.
The Blackbeard stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That was a nice throwback to the 60s.
Oh god, the early 80s, I love it. Count how many people are smoking in this issue, kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What does that do?
And you could make a drinking game out of all of the late 70s, early 80s jive talk in these issues, too.
Yeah.
With the Sing It Sister and Get a Load of This Sucker and all that type of stuff. Like, you could make a drinking game out of that completely.
Dazzler, I can't believe that guys like the Torch actually get off on the hero game. Oh, please, Johnny's getting off on anything. Come on.
Get off on the hero game.
Johnny Storm's getting off on it with a strong breeze. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Daily. Yeah.
Yes, the cosmic rays gave him flame powers and increased his libido like 2,000%.
Yeah, it happens.
Should have called that. Justin's like, I've researched this.
I might have personal experience in the matter, you might say.
Wait for Johnny to be like, you know how many chicks I've nailed? He's like, they should have called me Mr. Fantastic.
They should have called me Giant-Sized Man Thing.
There's a drop, and there's the best drop I think I've heard all year besides Your Mother's a Whore. I have Justin on a recording saying, they should have called me Giant-Sized Man Thing. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Giant-Sized Man Thing.
Hey guys, this just has an overinflated ego. Oh, I can't wait to play that for Russell and everyone else.
Giant-Sized Man Thing.
It's not overinflated. I have testimonials.
See, no, your name is no longer the Owl. You're gonna be Justin the Yardstick. Why is that? Why? Because it's long. Well, that and he's rapping Bad Boys Knuckles, kids. You know. I
Just
guess
a little bit.
I guess I can no longer blame Lil for my juvenile behavior. She's not here. I'm not even doing any recordings with her this coming week. It's like the week after. I'm like, man, I'm like going through Lilith withdrawals. Yeah.
Oh man.
Because meanwhile she's getting zapped in Vegas, and you know.
Oh well, you know, she's gonna be busy.
Well, yeah. She's gonna be busy in Vegas, kids.
Rumpy pumpy.
All right. Oh yeah. So then, Doom zaps her and grabs his jewel and then flies off on that little flying sled. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny. He just picks her up and brings her over to the sled and flies off with her.
Why the flying sled? Doesn't that armor fly itself?
Yeah. I know. It's so strange. Yeah.
Just saving power. I don't know.
Maybe.
I do like on the app that they actually put the letter page in here.
I like that too.
Yeah,
I always enjoy reading those letters pages, especially when they're like 40 some odd years old. It's great.
Yeah, and even like they have one of those Marvel checklists on the bottom. I like to see what came out around that time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Oh, Micronauts 29.
Micronauts, yeah, that made me happy. We'll be getting a Micronauts omnibus next year, too.
That's right. Oh, Moon Knight number 7.
Yeah, love that.
Incredible Hulk 259. All right, are we ready for the last one?
Yeah, number 4, Dazzler. Here nightmares abide.
Literally. All right. That is, 4 is a pretty cool cover, too.
Yeah, love this cover.
All right, Dazzler number 4 from June 1981. Yeah, Here Nightmares Abide. Writer Tom DeFalco. This time only penciler Frank Springer. Inker Danny Belandi and Armando Gill. Colorist Roger Sliffer. Letterer Joe Rosen and editor Danny Fingeroth. Wonder what the numbers did after the first issue, because again, it seems like especially like the art team keeps like kind of like rotating around here.
Yeah, with every issue, it's like a different artist, different inkers, and even different colors and letter. I wonder if they eventually settled on like a consistent creative team eventually.
I mean, it must have been doing okay. I mean, it got like, 30? I'm trying to remember what we said. She got like 38, was it 38 issues or something?
Yeah, something like that. 38, 40, something like that.
3-year run, Although, again, I think they let them go a little longer, back in the day. Today, it's like, oh, wait, you're not selling 1 million copies by issue 3? Yeah, we're canceling you.
That's it, yeah. Wrap it up. It'll fit in a trade paperback, and then it's done. Dr. Doom has kidnapped Dazzler to one of his secret hideaways. Once she has regained consciousness, he tells her he needs her to go to another dimension and get the second Merlin stone he has discovered. Meanwhile, Dazzler is in the parallel dimension fighting for her very life. Allison utilizes her radio, which picks up nothing but static. However, she can still convert even this sound to light energy. Dazzler is confronted by the ruler of this dimension, who calls himself Nightmare. He refuses to hand over the Merlin stone, and Dazzler is once again pressed into action. After she turns on her dazzling array of power, Nightmare suddenly decides that the Merlin stone is a gaudy bauble and not worth all this effort to keep in his possession. He gives the jewel to Dazzler. Dazzler returns to Doom's hideaway with the stone. Doom thanks her by allowing her to live to serve him further. Mistakenly, he turns his back to her. She realizes her radio is playing music now and musters up enough energy to create a laser. The laser ricochets around the room, damaging equipment and Robotrons alike. Doom finally wins by knocking her unconscious by partially collapsing the ceiling. Meanwhile, at the United Nations building, Mr. Osgood is looking for Dazzler with no results. Johnny Storm shows up to help the police look for the missing Dazzler. Chief O'Malley tells him that only one jewel is missing and it's not exceptionally valuable. Dr. Arturo Frazin is also located by the police, but the chief orders him returned to his own embassy. Johnny Storm figures out she may have been taken by Dr. Doom, and he returns to the Baxter building to alert the rest of the Fantastic Four. However, Doom notices the arrival of Johnny Storm. Since he has no wish to fight any member of the Fantastic Four at this time, Doom flees his hideaway and leaves Dazzler lying on the floor. Johnny rushes to Dazzler's side, picking her up off the floor, and cries over her unconscious form. Allison's family learns of her disappearance. Her grandfather is upset, and her father locks himself away in his study and is shocked at his inability to cry for his lost daughter. Yeah, Johnny Storm. Yeah, Johnny Storm's crying over her body. I didn't get to sleep with her once. Oh, she's so beautiful. I can't do anything.
Oh, imagine the light show she would have made while we were making love.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would have been wild. The fire and the light going on there. Yeesh.
Oh, my. Woo. Yeah, I think during her run, there's a couple super guys trying to get... Well, I mean, we saw Beast was attracted in the first issue.
Beast was really hot to trot, and...
I mean,
I can't remember who it is later on.
I haven't read a ton of these, but was Quasar in the mix at some point?
I kind of think so, yeah, because she gets involved later on in Project Pegasus somehow.
Yeah, and then I think even...
And she meets him.
I think even Angel might get in the...
Yeah, maybe that's who I'm trying to think of. Angel, yeah, because I feel like he shows up later on, too. Yeah. Maybe that's one of the issues that I have.
So, except for, like, the Beast, man, she has a thing for blonde guys.
Well, Debate there. Yeah.
Justin's like, well, I
Right.
can't
Yeah.
blame the girl. Yep, yep, yep.
Can't argue with that logic. Can't argue with that logic.
All right. There's your choice, Justin. All right, the Human Torch, Angel, or Quasar. Who are you taking?
Oh gosh.
He's like, biscuits of plenty.
So many biscuits to choose from. I think Angel, actually.
Ah,
Yeah, those wings, there's some potential for some fun there.
and he's rich.
Absolutely. Yeah. Johnny's too hot-headed and too young. And Quasar, I don't know. I have too much respect for Quasar.
I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you're doing in the bedroom where you're like, I have too much respect to him to subject him to me. You are Lilith Hellfire. Jeez. I respect him too much to actually perform my sex on him. Get over here, rich boy.
But it would be Angel before he turned blue.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I'm not into the blue skin.
Yeah.
Although,
Oh, yeah. And those metal wings would be a lot more dangerous.
yeah, I'm not really a fan of that either. Yeah. I'm not a fan of getting sliced up in the middle of intercourse.
He's cradling my nuts.
Again, kids, everyone has their own type.
That's right.
Reynolds my ass.
Oh.
I think that's the best new drop of the year.
Oh yeah, that and Your Mother's a Whore, I think, are the top ones of the
two.
year. Yeah,
Those two are the best,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Is your whole week?
all right.
Yeah, this issue was weird. I don't know. I didn't like this one as much as the other three that we read. And I think the reason was because it was so different. Like, all of a sudden we're throwing Dazzler into Nightmare's realm, and technically, like, her powers shouldn't work there, but they still do. And then she sees her hallucinations of her dad and stuff, and
Yeah,
it's so different. It's such a different tone from the first three issues, and the art too is a little off. Like, I really liked the part where she's fighting kind of like that negative version of herself.
yeah.
The art in that was really good, and a couple of the other sequences. But there were some panels, like there was one panel of the Thing that just looked really base. I was like, yikes, Frank.
And I don't want to say it's desperate, but it's like it just seems like in these first couple issues we're like throwing everything except the kitchen sink at Dazzler's, seeing what sticks. It's like, okay, is she gonna have like 20 guest stars, or it's like, is magic gonna be a big part of the thing? What she faces and stuff, or let's throw Doom at her. That's probably the most well-known villain we have at the moment. Let's
Mm-hmm. And Doom and Nightmare in the same issue.
Yes.
That was kind of what I thought was a little bit too much. Like, I felt like Nightmare could have been saved for another story with Dazzler, where, she does go through this stuff that she does in this issue with the negative version of herself and the images of her dad and all this stuff. Like, that would have made a great standalone story by itself, with her just dealing with Nightmare, without the attachment of the Merlin Stone and Doctor Doom's plans and Johnny coming in. Like, it just seemed too cluttered, this issue. There was too much going on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if they're just like trying to find which way to go, because they've thrown a lot at her.
Yeah, but it was still good. I mean, it wasn't a bad issue. It just, in comparison to the other three that came before it, I thought it was the weakest one.
Yeah.
Out of this. Yeah.
Oh no, I was wrong. I'm scrolling through here. No, she got 42 issues.
42.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And I think, was there an annual or two in there too? Maybe.
I don't think so. Let me see. No, I think it was just 42 regular issues. Yeah. I mean, unless they didn't put it on the app, but
maybe that was their excuse for doing that. Graphic
the
novel.
graphic novel. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't an annual. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's like that's always the guest stars. Look, issue 7. Oh, you guys might have to cover this Hulk issue 7.
Oh yeah. Eventually, we'll cover that on Gamma Charge.
Yeah, issue 7. The Hulk is on a rampage and people are in danger. Can Dazzler stop him and bring back Banner to his senses?
Nice. She's going to hit him with that old razzle dazzle.
Yeah, like I said, there's a couple Galactus issues in there. Oh, there's another one, issue 14, She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about the She-Hulk one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could tell they're really trying to, get the new girls together because issue 14 is her and She-Hulk. Issue 15, the next issue, is her and Jessica Drew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the Jessica Drew issue, yeah. And that's a good matchup, too.
Yeah.
Because she was really popular then, yeah.
Oh, yeah, issue 16 looks like the Enchantress is back. Oh, yeah, cover 17, there's Angel flying with her in the air. Yep.
Yeah, yes. Love it. Look at that.
Oh my God, I just saw the cover. Okay, yes, he's kissing her while they're flying in midair. Who's coming at them from below? Dr. Octopus.
Dr. Octopus. And look at the cover of number 22.
22. Oh, Rogue, yeah.
Just punches her right in the face. Yikes.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Looks like number 21, we have one of the photo covers, too, I think.
Oh, is that the Absorbing Man on 18? Oh.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in this series.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Power Man and Iron Fist. The Inhumans in issue number 32.
Oh,
wow.
my. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think it's issue 33 and 34, maybe, that were the... or is it 34 and 35? Well, it's two of those, that's where the graphic novel takes place between...
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it looks like 35 is written by Jim Shooter, so that sounds about right.
Yeah. I think it's 34 and 35, because then 35, that's when she comes back home to her apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because she said something about before the movie and before Roman and stuff. But she said something about just saying Roman's name puts a knot in my stomach.
Yeah, that whole graphic novel puts a knot in my stomach.
Exactly.
Oh, I just thought it was so bad.
Was this maybe the point where maybe she changed? Is this kind of the point where she changes her costume? Maybe because I mean, some of the covers look like she's not wearing. She's just like in regular clothes, and then by issue 38 or 39, she's in that blue costume. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was when I think that they were trying to get her into the X-Men.
Yeah,
right?
or I said, I think the original plan, she was going to, instead of Jean Grey, she was going to be an X Factor with the original team, and then
right.
I don't know. Right. I don't know if maybe that's when that fell through. Then they decided to put her in the X-Men, but yeah, the Beast is on the cover of the last issue. That's right. Yeah, remember the last issue? Hey, you want to hear about this little something called X Factor?
Yeah. This series, I wonder if they're going to reprint this in the form of like 2 or 3 epic collections.
Oh yeah,
because they could easily cover the whole thing in.
Oh yeah, because even which was it an omnibus even? There was Oh, I was gonna say, I got the Sensational She-Hulk one. It was like, because that her series only lasted 25, so they fit like 25 in one. So yeah, they could easily do like this in like 2 volumes.
Yeah. She had some of the guest appearances too.
Yeah, add in the X-Men issue, the Spider-Man issue. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, but yeah, they could do like probably 3 volumes of epic collections on Dazzler. That would be fantastic.
The last issue, the cover, because you demanded it, the last issue of the Dazzler. So what, people were asking them to end the series? I'm like, that's so weird.
Because you demanded it.
Yes, you demanded it. We're ending it.
That's kind of like what DC did with Jason Todd. Because you demanded it, we're killing Robin.
Because he called in and told us we're going to kill him.
Oh, I love it.
Oh man, I don't think anyone could even be bothered to show up for that last issue because it says did they even mention a writer on 42? I was gonna say I thought it was Paul Chadwick, but he's the artist. But in the Marvel Unlimited, when you open up the app to start the issue, it didn't mention a writer. So I was like, wait, did someone not take credit for this? Oh no, Archie Goodwin. Okay,
Archie Goodwin, yeah, because he wrote the other ones before it. Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Dazzler, since this is our last Dazzler episode for now, Justin?
Well, no, but this was fun. I had fun reading Dazzler.
Oh, yeah, definitely better than last week, yeah.
Yeah, much better than the last one.
Even the silly stuff, and we're like, this
Yeah.
makes no sense. Still better than last.
Yeah,
that
definitely. And this is kind of like a little time capsule too, with like all the '70s jargon and the stuff that they're talking about, the language, just the whole setting, like the disco clubs and all that. Like it's product of a bygone age, so it's cool to read about that in a comic book form from 40 some odd years ago.
Oh yeah,
and also see how far this character has come, because this is basically when she's just starting out, and she had quite a journey since then. Obviously, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll have to get back to this event again. I want to do that Galactus storyline and stuff. Yeah,
yeah, and I want to cover some of those later issues where we get some good guest stars in there. Yeah,
I haven't read those. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, have you read the one with Quasar? You must have read that one.
I don't think. Oh wait, I swear I read one. It's like he was in it, but he wasn't in it a ton. Like they had like a quick conversation or something, but it wasn't like, yeah. Like I said, I found a few in a back issue bin, and just because I knew he was Quasar was in some of them, and then the Galactus stuff I wanted to read. So,
yeah, I remember seeing him in at least one issue. Yeah,
so I probably have a decent amount of Dazzler issues for a straight guy.
Nice. I wonder how many Noel has. He'll have to get back to us with his specifics of his collection, and I want to know what his thoughts are on that motion picture graphic novel, because I think he's got that one too.
Oh, you know what we should do? Well, one day we'll have to do that issue where Spider-Woman guest stars. Get Ray on here.
Oh yeah,
or even Saren too. Yeah.
Yes, get all the Spider babies together. I like that idea. I love that. All
right, kids. Well, only two more episodes this year.
Yeah,
because next time we're going to start our Christmas episodes. We're going to cover Captain America 292, Iron Man 254, and Thor 444. Back to some Eric Masterson Thor, yeah.
Yeah, love it. Nice little mixed bag for the holidays.
Exactly. And then for the last episode of the year, I guess we're going to do two New tales that take place on New Year's Eve from Fantastic Four 133 and Iron Man 313.
And I haven't read those in a dog's age, so that'll be fun to go back to those.
Yeah, it's been a while since I read the Iron Man. I think I already read the Fantastic Four. That might have been my first time reading that.
Oh, really? Nice.
That's like, was it like 72 or 73? Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. And again in January, Defenduary, we're going to be doing some Defenders. Yes. The first week of the year, we're going to cover Defenders 31 through 33, with special guest, Mr. Noel Tate.
Yes, fan of Steve Gerber and the Headman himself.
And then the second week we'll cover Defenders 62 through, 64. Defender for a Day, which if schedules sync up, I know he's been me and him talked this for a long time about doing this. So if he's free, Will may be joining us for that one.
Nice. Oh, I hope so. Yeah, that'd be great.
And then the last 2 weeks, we'll cover some of the new Defenders. So week 3, Captain America 268 and Defenders 108. Was it 108 or 106? 106. It's a crossover. So, and then the final week of January, Defenders 112 through 114.
Yes, which is one of my picks.
Yes.
A great J.M.D. Mateus story.
Yes. And speaking of the Beast, yes, he'll be back. So.
Yeah.
We got a few things with Beast next year. That, and then, what was it, in October, we're going to cover when he first
his
furry.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think he shows up. He shows up in Atlantis Attacks.
Yeah,
covering that.
Well, everyone shows up in Atlantis Attacks,
right? I can't remember if he's in Extinction Agenda, but he might be.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, because it's all the X-Men at the time, X Factor, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of the Beasts this year.
All right. So, yes, kids. So, please send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Or hell, even just send us your email us. Tell us what you got for Christmas, issues or collections. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us what you got for goodies.
Yes. All right, and remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, it is the holiday season. Pick yourself up some merch. The store is always open at the Capes and Lunatics.
That's right, 24/7.
That's right. All
Treat
right.
yourself to some swag.
Or give us a Merry Christmas. Yes, subscribe to the Patreon.
Yes. Join me in the Patreon Elite
Yes.
for all of the bonus episodes, all the perks, all the good stuff. Get early access, and you get all of the drunken rants, the uncensored rants of Lilith Hellfire.
Exactly. You get such rants as,
Your mother's a whore!
well, you get that for free anywhere, so, yeah.
Your whole family can suck it.
But you get even more.
Oh, you'll get your mother's an effing whore, yeah.
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
All right, so yes, find that, and again, you can just drop some random cash in our cash app, so
Anytime.
that's right.
Make it rain.
All right, so find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, the king of podcasting, Mr. Justin, no relation to Harry Osgood. Where can people... well, again, I know people can find you on Marvel Tales here every single week. You can hear him talking a bunch of DC. You can hear him the last week of every month on We Are the Night,
The Batman Podcast.
as we talk some Azrael, and Russell may be joining us in the new year. So,
Yes. Excited about that.
and you can catch him twice a month with me and Tyler on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
Yeah.
Where we,
Talking some post-crisis Superman.
yeah, we're going in order, kids, pretty much. So,
Yeah.
and of course, you can catch me and him and a certain hillbilly once a month on Energon Universe, where we talk all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe comics coming out of Image. So, yeah, kids, that's a wild time. You don't want to miss that. That's where we got
Yeah.
all these new drops of Russell. So just from one
That's right.
episode, most
Just
of them.
from
so.
one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a fun time.
I'd let Burt Reynolds my ass.
How does that drop relate to a Dazzler episode? Well, you gotta listen again.
You gotta tune in to find out.
You know, Dazzler.
The greatest comic of all time.
Without a doubt.
That'd be so funny if Russell was like, I have every issue. I have all 3 issues.
I've got a complete run of that.
Coming in like a wrecking ball.
Look at our wrecking ball testicle.
All right, so again, we're supposed to be talking about Justin here. All right, so yes, you can hear him here, but where else can they hear you, Justin?
You can also find me and Russell talking about the Incredible Hulk and the sensational She-Hulk over at Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is. And that is now 3 times a month. We do 2 regular episodes and 1 live episode where we review the new Hulk comics and new She-Hulk comics that come out that month. And also, we have Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast, where we go back to the 70s to talk about Jack Kirby's great Demon series. And we're joined by Ray and Sparky over on Predator and Prey, the Yocha podcast, where twice a month we talk about Fox's Predator in comic books, action figures, movies, and more. And last but certainly not least, my solo project, The Lost Library of Legends, is still going. And when this episode comes out, there should be 4 for everybody to listen to. If they seek that out, they should find it on all the, or most of the major podcast networks.
Guilty or innocent?
Guilty.
It's so salty. Superior Puss.
That was how the Enchantress won over all those guys in the first
Oh,
issue.
yeah.
Superior Puss.
Superior magical puss, yeah.
Superior
Yes.
Puss.
Very easily enthralled the music executives.
Just what I always wanted in a man.
Well, that escalated quickly.
All right. Thank you for joining us, kids. Again, next week, the penultimate episode of the year, Take a Drink World. Captain America 292, Iron Man 254, and Thor 444. And then The last episode of the month and the year. It's Fantastic Four 133 and Iron Man 313. All right. So, yeah,
Join us for your Yuletide celebration.
Yes. Join us next time. And remember, don't get your disco balls stuck in the door on the way out. Good night.